Yes, greetings one and all, this is the Raw Roots Reggae Show. You're in tune to the voice of the militant man out of Rebel Line Sound System, but tonight is not about our sound, it's about a big legends for me. I'm a North London boy and there's no bigger in North London. Fatman International Sound, greetings.
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 Yeah, you may see that is two voices, not one. That is Father Fatman and Son Flip, so yes. We're going to mainly play music, but maybe I'd like to find out a little bit about how it all began, Fatman.
Well, it all began when I travelled all the way from Jamaica to London.
Okay, whereabouts in Jamaica were you?
I was born in St. Anne's.
Okay, yeah.
Just round the corner from where Bob Marley come from.
Good place to be living then.
Yes, right. And then head out to London, 1962. The 3rd of March, 1962.
A memorable date then.
That's right.
What brought you here?
My parents, who were grown up with, they moved to London, and they decided, then they want me to come out here. For a very long time, they've been trying to get me, but
You resisted.
I resisted.
The weather's not tempting, yeah.
No. And when I come, that was true because, man, I see a pile of snow. I wanted to go back the same time, but I resisted and I stayed. And that was 62, that was just before Jamaica got independent.
Yeah, so 50 years we're celebrating this year.
That's right, yeah, so you see it was only a couple of years walking around, seeing what's happening, getting to see what can I do towards entertainment.
Okay.
That's how Fatman Sound come about.
But you started with another sound, I believe.
Yes, there was a sound by the name of Sir Fanso.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we were doing things with Fanso, doing the blues dances and little clubs and things like that.
And you were like a selector or a mic man?
Yes, I was a selector, mic man, I was an all-rounder, box man, everything.
Okay, you lifted boxes, yeah, because, it's funny about We're Sound System, but no one ever talks about the speaker lifters, but boy, if there's no speaker lifters, there's no sound system.
That's right. If you don't do the box lifting, you haven't done anything. Traveling the back of the van.
Yeah, we've done that.
All the rough works.
yeah.
That's it.
And so it started as Imperial Downbeat, is that right?
Yes, we started out as Imperial Downbeat. It was going to be Wild Bells, and then from Wild Bells we said no, Imperial Downbeat. We started out Imperial Downbeat till it goes on to about 69 we move up to Fatman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
my
cool.
Friend, my friend saying, well then, listen man, the best name to call the sound is Fatman.
Because?
I think they know I was going to get big.
They could see the future.
Yes.
We were doing a bit of a history lesson. We got to the late 60s. The sound got name. Okay.
Yeah, the sound got name. We start moving around, getting into the blues dances.
And for those who don't know what a blues, because we've got all sorts of people listening, tell people what is a blues dance?
Blues dance is like having a house party.
But
you got to pay at the door to come in. You got to buy your drinks, and you got to a lot of people now, a lot of youngsters, that's where their mommy met their daddy.
So anything can happen.
Anything can go on, That's a blues dance.
Yeah, okay, so you were playing blues dances. What kind of music were we talking about at the time?
We play reggae music, early days reggae music, and things like that. But with Fatman Sound, from we started out, it was getting the music before others.
Which is still, to the day, it's always the thing.
That's right.
But that was one of your reputations, wasn't it?
Yes. Until this day.
Yeah.
We're still doing it,
Because there's certain links. People talk about the link with Jammies. That was, but Tubbs as well.
Tubbies, yes. There was Tubbies, Jammies. There is Bonnie Lee. There's 90 Observer. There's the whole works.
So is that like inside family links, or what enables you to get the tunes before everyone else?
I think it's just the way you live with people, and over the years you have a good reputation with people. You don't trouble people things. Do the right things, and you get through. And that was it with me.
And if anyone who's ever seen this man, he smiles. And I think a smile can get you far in life. My mum always said please and thank you, but smile. So yeah, okay, so you're getting fresh
Yeah,
tunes.
smile and the world will smile with you.
Definitely, it's the power, yeah.
That's right.
So you were getting fresh tunes from Jamaica. What was the English productions like at that time? Much going on?
Not much going on for the English production. For the and the Jamaica records when it come on for the blues dance and everything. It wasn't just dance alone. It was like an outlet for people to come and hear what records was coming in from Jamaica. That's how they could really get their records. But there wasn't a radio station.
And what I'd heard as well, also, a lot of Jamaicans were a little bit kind of, I don't know if depressed is the word, but they were missing the culture of back home. And the dance was kind of your opportunity to go back to Jamaica for the night.
That's what keep them going. You know, they could come and they could get their long life beer and them cherry bee and them baby sham and them brandy, you know, with a tip of white rum, of course. You know, and that kept them going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was who were you looking up to? Because I guess you were new.
Well, yes, I was new. I wasn't really looking up to anyone. I just, to be honest with you, wanted to do my own thing.
Okay.
You know, wanted to create something for the people who were in London around me. And, you know, I decided to, because when come weekends, we find out, so well, then we couldn't find nowhere to go. We were going in the picture houses and things like that, and it was like more making trouble than making anything good, you know. So that's how we decided to come up with the sound system. Really.
Okay, so I have to put myself in context here as well, because I'm a Hornsey boy, and
Right.
when we met recently at the dance, Fatman let me know that he was living in Hornsey as well. That was earlier, or
Yes, no. When I first arrived here, I came to Uplands Road.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, in '62.
Yeah,
Uplands
so-
Road.
and kind of the areas talking about Hornsey, Wood Green, Finsbury Park. That's our
Yeah, so all the dances used to take place around Hornsey, Finsbury Park, Wood Green, Stout Newington, Tottenham, right around the area we used to be.
Okay, and
Yeah, and then in those days now we used to penetrate the youth clubs. That's where we really get into the youth club. So
okay.
the youth would be coming out to listen to Fatman sound.
Yeah.
So they all grew up with the sound.
And long term, and you know, like for me, I grew up with the stories.
That's right.
So yeah, for me, kind of when we met up recently, it was kind of, like to meet your legends. That's a good thing, and it's interesting about the politics, because there is a bit of north and south, and there was other sounds in North London, but I don't think any quite had the reputation you guys had.
No, there wasn't. That sounds like Sir D's, Sir Biggs, Duke Roy, and things like that. So when we were playing in the youth scene, we used to invite in sound. That was always my thing. We invite other sounds to come and play with us.
Was that like a clash or?
Yeah, we would be like the resident sound,
Okay.
and the other sound would have to come and prove themselves against Fatman sound. You know?
And some went home with bruises, or?
Well, all the time, people.
But I mean, I guess, we kind of moving on. I mean, I'm not. What was the period when you were playing? Because you also were playing with the big gut, like Coxon and Shaka.
Oh, we move on and start playing with Coxon and Shaka in the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on the scene soon.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, there was a clash, a cup dance. It was
78.
78. We won a big trophy for that cup dance with Shaka, Coxon, Moambasa, and things like that. I mean, when we won that, one of the soundmen ran away with the cup because they said, "Boy, this is my cup." Well, Fatman won the cup, and yeah.
And because about around that time, because you also the Ebony, didn't you get voted number one sound
Yes,
around the same time?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and for me, I mean, that music, it was an exciting period musically. What kind of artists were you? Did you have artists working on the sound as well, or?
No, we had like Raymond Naphtali and other DJs working on the sound.
So resident.
Yes, and we were not only playing music, but we had most of the singers today that are in the Lovers Rock field. They were coming around the sound because we used to do youth competitions.
Ah, okay.
Around the sound. So most names make the name around the Fatman sound.
So anyway, we were talking about sound systems. You're talking about the big sound clashes you're talking about with Coxsone, Shaka. Was there any sound like you ever felt, oh my God, these guys have come? Because I mean, we've been doing things for years, but sometimes when you're playing a sound, was there any people you had to prepare for, or any kind of monumental battles, really? Or?
Well, most of the times when you're gonna play a sound, I never underestimate no sound at all. You know, no care how small or how big. So I'm always prepared.
Okay, yeah, so that's a good message. All sound boys, listen to the warning, be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared at all times, you know.
And when you say be prepared, what does that mean for a sound?
Well, that means for a sound, checking out the boxes, checking out all the fine prints, everything, your record box, record selection, make sure your DJ is informed, especially a selector, which Flip is always bam.
Yeah, the man's on top of things,
yes,
you know. So,
yes. So you gotta make sure everything is there.
Yeah, okay,
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Once you have everything ready before you go out, you're good to go.
Yeah, and I have to say, we've learned the lesson the hard way, sometimes at times. So yeah, so these were a couple of more people I had to give a shout out. Kevin is saying, bless Daddy Fatman and Big Flip Up. And William Grace over in Nottingham, I'm glad you're listening. Wherever you're listening, if you're listening and loving the music tonight, do get in touch. You can message by text. You have to put the word future. If you don't put the word future, we don't get it. Then your message, send that to 60066. You can email studio@futureradio.co.uk, or you can instant messenger via the website. Now, as well as a sound, you're also known for releasing music.
Yes. We've got a label. Fatman label.
But it didn't start as Fatman, no? Is that correct?
Yes, it started as Fatman label, and then it goes KG.
KG, that's
KG Imperial label, and it goes on to Boss label, and then you have the Godfather label.
All under your
All
stable.
under.
A man with many labels.
Yes, you have the Shuttle label. Is there anything else, Flip? Can't remember.
You got Fatman Studio.
Fatman Studio.
JNF,
you're right. Gold Star.
Yeah, Gold Star as well.
Gold Star as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
So there's quite a few labels out there, you know.
And do you think like it's important as a sound to have your own production things going on?
Yes, it is important because sometimes, you know, when you started out with the sound system, doing the promotion work for the records, you know, you want to continue promoting your own things anyway, and things that other people come with. So you know so well then, whilst promoting other people's things, you've got something in the basket also to promote for yourself. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about for you. I mean, you growing up around sound.
Oh yeah. So summer holidays for me as a boy wasn't going to museums and parks, and I was with the father and he fixing amps.
Yeah.
We would go to the buildings and spend the day, and you know, by the time he's finished, I'm sleeping and in the car, and that was that segment. And then more time, dub cutters. Used to go to the dub cutters and sit down and just watch this black thing spinning around. And what's that, Dad? So we are cut dub.
Much better education in the holidays then, yeah.
Yeah, so very much so. It's not grown up around it, you know, from early age. So it's kind of in the blood, you know.
Flip yourself a message to the nation.
Yeah, man. Give thanks for inviting us over here. Big up to all the people locked in. You understand? You know, keep listening to the good music every time, you know.
And keep buying the good music.
Yeah,
I don't mean to reiterate it, but you know,
Yes.
if you want this music, someone's got to be paid to sing it, and
True.
someone's got to be paid to play them drums, and someone's got to be paid to mix them tunes.
Yes,
So.
and the sound man them out there, remember this last tune we play. Sound man, be careful.
You've heard the warning, people. Sound man, be careful.
All right.
Fat man, I come. Yeah. Peace, love, guidance, and protection. This is the
Yes.
Militant Man signing out on behalf of Rebel Line. It's been an honour. North London, boy.
Salute everybody.
Yes.
you know?
All the way.
To the world.